Sophia. Oh my gosh. If we could have a petition to sign her up for to get her out of the show, I would gladly sign it 10,000 times because she was just doing too much today. But, anyways, guys, welcome back to my channel for an all new episode recap of today's Daysofourlives, March 5th, 2026. So, we started off with her and her wanting to mail the pills to Rachel, right? So she's there doing her master plan. Melinda comes over because she's been blowing up Melinda's phone, and she wants Melinda to really basically not have Johnny Chanel raise her baby no more. She doesn't see that they're really fit for this child. She cares about her future, so his future, so it seems, and she wants something be done about it. So Melinda is saying legally she cannot really do anything more because once 14 days has passed, that's it. She has signed away her rights, and Aaron has already signed his rights. So legally she cannot do nothing. She cannot exercise any avenues even if she wanted to. So here goes Sophia gaslighting Melinda about how she thought she was in her corner and she was there for her, and Melinda saying she's still there for her. She's still in her corner, but she's not doing all of that. Now, anyways, we know Sophia was gonna pull this. She was gonna pull the whole thing about getting Melinda disbarred, and of course Melinda's surprised, but I'm saying, Melinda, you should know that this was Sophia. Based on her antics and what she has been doing to other people, you should have known this was gonna happen. You should have gotten out while you still could initially. But anyways, Sophia tells her that if she doesn't do what she does, basically, she's going to get disbarred, right? And she's not going to be able to represent nobody else. So, of course, Melinda has to do her dirty job. She had a call from Xander talking about him and Sarah want to revisit their custody arrangements. So she wanted to go to attend to that, but Sophia said before she goes, she needs to, put the box in the mail. It's some candies that she wants to give to Rachel because, she know how Rachel likes it, making up the story. So, anyways, Melinda agrees to do it begrudgingly, but I'm just saying, Sophia is just too much. She calls Rachel at some point. Rachel is there at home doing her homework, and I'm still trying to understand how does she have a cell phone after everything that has happened and what she has caused, when she has access to her cell phone. But anyways, she's there, and she gets a phone call from Sophia, and she's like, what happened the last time we spoke? And she said that the nurse was coming in and she had to hide the phone, even though we know it's about the whole thing about hearing Tate and Holly making out that got her angry, right? So anyways, she says to Rachel that are you still going to mail off the vitamins to Holly? Holly needs it. She's very interested in getting her skincare up and going. So she said it's looking weird for me to really do that, right? Like, how would that go? Like, even if I get a package from you and give it to Holly, like, how would I explain it coming from me? Like, I use my allowance to buy the thing for her. I want to be her friend that body. Like, it just don't make no sense. So Rachel is like, you don't have to really tell her directly. You can slip it into her purse. And she said, even that looks weird. So again, Sophia manipulates poor little Rachel, and she hangs up the phone before Rachel could really decline to actually do it. So now she's stuck, doing this whole thing. She tells Rachel that it already has been mailed out, so she has no choice but to actually do it. Manipulating poor little Rachel. I feel bad for her at this time because, again, yes, she has done a lot of things, but she doesn't deserve to be roped up into all this mess that Sophia has been causing. But I think she just needs to tell her mom and dad what's going on because, Kristen don't play when it comes down to her child. So Holly and Tate earlier, they're stressing about this test, or maybe it's really Holly stressing a lot more about the test. So they're thinking about a discreet place to actually go to deal with this. So they think about her place at the mansion, and Tate is saying that's too far. So they think about his dad's apartment because nobody should be there. Brady and Rachel are supposed to be at Rachel's appointment. So they go home and they're about to take on this test. Of course, Holly's nervous because it's a lot that comes with it, and then Tate Then Tate, it reminds him of the whole thing with Sophia going all over that again. So they're about to take it. And Brady and Rachel come in, interrupt, and of course they're surprised that they're home. And Brady's like, "What's really going on?" So Tate is like, nothing. I just didn't expect you guys to be home. And he said, why? What you guys are doing here? So he said, oh, nothing. We weren't about to do nothing. And Holly was saying that she had to use the bathroom, so this was nearer. So Rachel sits down and, they do a little small talk. And Brady's saying, how did the sorority thing go? And Holly told him that it didn't work out. And Rachel is saying, sorority houses are stupid anyways, it's their loss. So she wants to be involved in all this teen conversation. So Brady tells her a little bit to go to do some homework. She didn't want to go, but he gets her to do it. Now he does try to have this conversation with Tate about just being careful, because Rachel had to be that little sister to blurt out that they were making out the night before. So Tate said that sure, nothing more than that was going on, and I'm very careful. I understand what you mean. I'm not gonna do anything reckless. So he said, I agree and I trust you guys to just, use proper judgment. Now, Brady had to leave because Holly did end up telling him indirectly that Victoria was sick. She has pneumonia. So he had to go and be by Sarah's side. They took the opportunity to take the test. They're just, anxious. Holly's impatient. They take the test and she's not pregnant. She and Tate are very over the moon about this, obviously. And Holly still feels kind of out of shape because she doesn't know what's really wrong with her. She's out of control for all her outbursts towards Ari and then Tate and then to the sorority person. So she's wondering what's going on. So Tate suggests that she goes to a counselor, maybe sets up a meeting, and he will be the supporter. He also said that, let's hang out, go to the movie or something, and she agrees. Now, they did see Johnny and Chanel earlier in the square. They catch up a little bit about Trey, and yeah, that was really it. Oh yeah, they did tell Tate and Holly that they're expecting, and yeah, that was really it. They went to their appointment with the specialist, Harry's specialist, because, of course, Chanel is Irish. She did have a chance of the cancer coming back. So they just want to be sure that it's a healthy pregnancy. So the lady went over the ultrasounds, all the tests, and everything seems normal so far. Her morning sickness is gone. All of those things are good. She has been experiencing cramping, and the doctor did ask her how far apart are the cramps. And she said, they are frequent, but, manageable. So she did say it's still normal, but they're still going to watch her just in case anything else happened, and they order more tests and ultrasounds, all of that. So, of course, they're still worried about the risk that may happen, but Chanel, she's still excited about carrying this baby because she feels as if the outcome is gonna be a lot better than the low risk that is really happening. Now back to Xander and Sarah. So the baby is slowly recovering, and Xander and Sarah still there, and Sarah's still beating herself up because she knew that the baby was experiencing some kind of symptoms the night before, but she didn't act upon it the first time, and she thought that it would blow over. But Xander said, look, you did the right thing to bring her in when it was getting really worse, right? And she just feel like she could have done more. He comforts her and he tells her that she is a strong child. She's just like her mom, and she has a great role model, and they're bonding, and he hugs her, he comforts her, and they're having a moment, and it's really nice to see that they're getting along for the sake of their child. And it makes Sarah think, the baby is happy to see her father, and she wants to revisit the custody arrangement, open it up so he can have visitation rights again. So that's how Melinda came about and drafted the papers. And she said that she would send it to Justin when everything blows over, because of course he's dealing with a family crisis at the moment. Now I'm happy for all of this because this was supposed to be the thing from the beginning, but because of personal feelings towards Xander and who he is otherwise, she wants to just be vindictive and just be spiteful and not allow this man to have time with his own daughter. And I'm just really happy for Xander, and I hope Xander just don't blow it, honestly. He doesn't get way too deep. He did ask Sarah if is there any condition, because he knows Sarah, right? There's always something attached. She said nothing really, and as long as you go to therapy. He said that's going to continue, but what about me and Gwen? And she said, I can't really say nothing about Gwen, because he said, right, because you're with Grady and you're not stepping away from him, huh? So she said it's not really about any of that. It's really about this little girl, and you being there as well. So he's appreciative, and he is thankful to Sarah for allowing this to happen. Now, at some point, Brady does walk in on them, talking about their child being close. And of course, it gets awkward. So Xander's like, yep, that's my time to leave. So he tells Sarah, if anything happens with her, let me know, and then we'll be in touch. So he leaves. Not a word said to Brady, right? It's still awkward. So Brady apologizes for coming unannounced. He heard about what happened, so he had to come. And Sarah said, it's okay, I'm glad that you're here. And she goes into his arms, and we see a little glimpse of little Victoria, blonde-haired Victoria, because still I don't understand how the genetics worked out. But anyways, we see little blonde Victoria on screen again. Good to see her. But yeah, that was really it for today's episode. But before I end it, man, we need to get rid of Sophia, because she is just too much now. And the fact that she is gaslighting Melinda and Rachel to do her little dirty work to make sure that Holly suffers and Johnny Chanel suffers, oh my gosh, she's not even through with Melinda, because she did say we'll be in touch. So maybe she is going to blackmail her again, threaten her again for her to do something so that Johnny Chanel do not have Trey anymore. And I just don't understand. You were the one who wanted Johnny Chanel to adopt this baby, and finally they do. Finally you can move on with your life, as Melinda said, and focus on your own future and your own recovery. And you're still obsessed with it because they didn't adopt him on your own terms, on your timeline. It's just too much. She's just very annoying, and the mannerisms and the gestures and the facial expressions just really take me off. I would be really thrilled if Holly Tate, they just all go, because I'm not interested in their storylines at all. But anyways, guys, that's me ranting. Let me end this recap. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys tomorrow.